What's going on, family? This is Raphael, and this is Plenty a Seed YouTube channel. I hope you're having a blessed day. And for today's video, we're going to talk about how before the blessing comes, God will prepare you. Because, sometimes the blessing can come actually as a challenge. But because God prepares you, you won't feel any fear at all. But before we just get started, don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, to give us some comment in the section below. And don't forget also, please, to share this video with your friends and family in order to help us to reach more people and to preach the gospel around all nations. So let's get into it. Please open your Bibles in 1 Samuel. We're going to read chapter 17. First, we're going to get started on verse 24. So let's get into it. All the men of Israel, when they saw the man Goliath, fled from him and were much afraid. And the men of Israel said, "Have you seen this man who has come up? Surely he has come up to defy Israel. And the king will enrich the man who kills him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel, free from taxes." And David said to the man who stood by him, "What shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and takes away the reproach from Israel? For who is the uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" And the people answered him in the same way, "So shall it be done to the man who kills him." Now, let's read the same chapter 17, but now we're going to start reading from verse 31. Chapter 17, verse 31. That is reading. It is written, "When the words that David spoke were heard, they repeated them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, 'Let no man's heart fail because of him. Your servant will go and fight with this Philistine.' And Saul said to David, 'You are not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for you are but a youth, and he has been a man of war from his youth.' But David said to Saul, 'Your servant used to keep sheep for his father. And when there came a lion or a bear and took a lamb from the flock, I went after him and struck him and delivered it out of his mouth. And if he arose against me, I caught him by his bear and struck him and killed him. Your servant has struck down both lions and bears, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, for he has defied the armies of the living God.' And David said, 'The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion, from the paw of the bear, will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine.' And Saul said to David, 'Go, and the Lord be with you.'" Well, so here we read that all the men of Israel was in fear of Goliath, which was this strong and tall warrior. He was a Philistine. But what is very interesting here is that this little boy, David, wasn't in fear at all. But why? That's pretty simple. Because later on we can read here that David already killed a lion and a bear. So guys, you have to understand the power of a lion and a bear. Before we just get started, I'm a person that really enjoys to see animal content on YouTube. Man, you have to search something about the power of bears. There's normal videos of bears hunting or even lions. They're extremely strong animals. So you have to understand that you and me, if you have the opportunity to kill a lion and a bear, you wouldn't feel any fear at all of a man. Doesn't matter how tall he is. A bear, I can guarantee you that a bear, it is stronger than a giant, man. It's like, we can see like Shaquille O'Neal. He's extremely strong. But if you have to make some bet on a bear or on Shaquille O'Neal, who is the strongest? I can guarantee you that a bear will destroy Shaquille O'Neal. So you have to understand that even though that guy was extremely strong, a bear is extremely stronger than he. So that's why we can see the authority of David when he was talking to Saul. And Saul was kind of like, man, you know that this guy is extremely strong and you're just a you, man. You can't deal with this guy. But David, with all his authority, said, what do you mean? I already killed, God gave me the opportunity to kill a lion and a bear, man. Which is extremely stronger than this guy. So that would be extremely easy. And the thing here is that what is interesting to pay attention is that, as I said in the beginning of the video, God always prepares His chosen ones for the moment of the opportunity. This, for the people of Israel, was a moment of fear. Nobody had the courage to kill Goliath. But that moment, it was already prepared, because that moment, it was the moment for God to bless His son David. It was already prepared, because David was the only one on that place who had authority to kill that man. So, to have courage to kill a giant, you have to kill something that is stronger than a giant. And David don't only kill one animal that is stronger than that guy, but two, a bear and a lion. So, before my blessing and your blessing comes, God will chastise us and He will prepare us. Sometimes God put us into a moment of chastising, and later He can put even a harder situation and because we are prepared, we will face that situation more easily. But sometimes God will prepare us in some situation that is even harder, because later on some challenge will appear, and this is going to be easy for us because it's our blessing moment. That was the case of David. That is the situation of David here. He was prepared in a harder situation. He killed a lion, then a bear. Then something easy for him happened. Easier, actually. It's not easy to kill a giant, but it's easier than kill a bear and a lion. Do you get that? So we see here that he just came into that field and killed the giant with only a stone. And because of that, he had the king's daughter as his wife, all his family, his mother and his father's house, had no tax to pay anymore, and he had a lot of money, and he became famous, and later become the king of Israel, a warrior, and stuff like that. So this is the history of David, the beginning of all. So this was the message that God gave me for this day. Doesn't matter what you're facing. This moment of chastising is a moment that has to happen. This isolation process, it is important, because in that moment you're being prepared for your blessing. Maybe your blessing can come as a challenge, but doesn't matter if it comes as a challenge or not. You will be prepared if it is a challenge. So just trust God and believe in the process and endure this process, because doesn't matter how hard it is. one day you will see a blessing, and you will understand that this chastising process, it was necessary. So if this message blesses you, please don't forget to smash the subscribe button, to give us some like on the video, because doing that you can help us to reach more people on YouTube. Don't forget also to give us some comment in the section below, and to share this video with your friends and family. I hope I can see you in the next devotional time. See you there.